Good evening, my congressman. My name is Loretta Chukwu-Duru. I'm a registered nurse. I also have my bachelor's. I'm in school currently with Regis College, and I'm specializing on psychiatric mental health. I work in a big hospital in Austin, a psychiatric hospital in Austin. I know that you make laws. I know you make amendments on regulations and old laws. I'm here to recommend, in my opinion, the legislation number HB 1525. This bill in Texas is to defund public school. Originally, it started when COVID hit. And after the COVID, the number of students coming to school was dwindling. It got to a point, it was spending so much money for little number of kids in school. The salaries of teachers, if defunded, will adversely affect them. It will affect mainly their mental health. Please permit me to start my presentation with explaining what a normal mental health is like. Pan-American and Health Organization and World Health Organization, ND, illustrated that an individual's well-being is the ability of that individual to cope with life stresses, the ability to be productive and fruitful, the ability to contribute to the community. That means that teachers have to have an optimal health that will affect the kids. The kids in the classroom will feel when their teachers are not up to par. It has long been acknowledged that teachers have a very stressful, demanding job. What can we do as a society to support them, to prevent them from having high levels of tensions, burnout, attributes, and low professional well-being? Every aspect of a teacher's job is influenced by emotions and affections to these children that they teach. This is as mentioned by Lee in 2021 research article. The point I'm trying to make here is that having a stressful job is okay for somebody that has a normal mental health because they will be able to deal with it. But if schools are defunded, the wages are cut for the teachers. This will add unnecessary stress in their life. Poor mental health can also lead to poor physical health. A recent meta-analysis when the COVID hit, it says that the emotional impacts that teachers have resulted in 17 of them experiencing anxiety, 19% of them depression, and 33% of them stress. And this was an article written by Lacombe Trehill with his colleagues in 2022. So here is one question. What would the mental health of these teachers be like if the state government added another burden of defunding the public school, which will adversely affect them and the children that they take care of? And this could get worse. As a result of COVID, we have noticed a dramatic burden. Women's health and well-being may be negatively affected in the short and a long term. The profession of teaching is mainly females. Females are 94.6% in number, as expressed by Lopez. In addition to this, they take care of their own children and they take care of their elderly, their parents. Females are prone to having depression. And as a woman, 1 in 5, which is 19% of women, experience a common mental health disorder. It could be anxiety, it could be depression, compared to 1 in 8 of men. Another reason one may worry about teachers' mental health is that teachers can get a second job, which is very common in the United States of America. When teachers' stress levels are high due to defunding, which they don't have control over, they will become unhappy and constantly cranky. Please permit me to say that at best, in their second job, they may not be accountable to achieve their daily routines. They may make mistakes because they are very tired from working and going to a second job, working extra more hours instead of going home to rest and rejuvenate for the next day. Teachers are the futures of this country. They taught the president of our great nation. They have, at lowest, bachelor's degree. They spend good money to get educated. They touched the lives of everyone they have met. Teachers, for us, taught us how to talk. They taught us how to read. They taught us how to express our needs when we were vulnerable during our developmental stages. Now, making the decisions of defunding public school will not be a great idea. I beg that you continue to fund public schools in Texas for the kids that are already there and the ones that are yet to return. Lopez, in 2022, stated that in 2021 to 2022, the school was funded. Looking at the website, the government website, to find out whether 2022 to 2023 was funded, I had no news. It bothered me. I had nothing to support that, yes, the funding is still going on. If the schools did get defunded, there will be increased unemployment among the teachers, and this would put on more burden to our governors, to our states, plus their mental health. One reason why I am presenting this appeal is why I am asking for this appeal to be considered and not to defund public school is that these teachers do adolescents assessment, school kids assessment, place their psychological and behavioral, their usual psychological and behavioral issues into perspective. They make it happen. They make the school nurse, please, this child is not behaving well, please find out what's going on. They go in details to find out what's going on in the family. They go in details to find out what's going on with the child itself so that we can mitigate adverse childhood experiences that might cause mental health in the future. And with mental health, there is bound to be some more physical ill health for these children. Currently, with my Doctor of Nursing Practice research, I'll be carrying out my research with the teachers to reinforce them, to energize them, to help them understand that their job has never been underrated, so that they can continue to help assess these adolescents, send them to the school nurses, further down their assessment so that we don't lose them to mental health. The earlier they are diagnosed, the earlier they get help. Unfortunately, in our state of Texas, we are the 50th out of 51 states in mental health care, and mental health assessment, and mental health accessibility to everyone in the population, in the community. So there goes to my point of not defunding public school, because the earlier these teachers are able to get hold of what's wrong with this child, let's figure it out, the better for us. Our state government is really trying, but please, my dear members of Congress, continue to be merciful to our state, Texas. The federal government's help is greatly needed, and teachers' work will always be a satisfactory job to them. We need our public schools and our teachers because not all households can afford private school. Not all households have the transportation to send their kids to school. We need our teachers to secure and propel the future of the country. The president, governor, supporting representatives, legislatures, the senators can come from any of these children that went to public school. I want to thank you for listening to me today. My dear legislative committees, thank you for your time. My contact email address is there on the bottom of my written testimony. I hope that one day when this topic comes up again, you remember my presentation, and please do not defund the Texas public schools. I will also keep a copy of my testimony for reference. Thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.